Hello, this is Heidi Hansen with a very special and important advocacy moment that has to do with protecting children from sex abuse predators. Most child sex abuse predators hide in plain sight. They look and act normally, blend in, possibly even seem charming and generous. But they have a few behavioral features that normal people do not have. Number one, they try to reach out and form relationships with needy and vulnerable children, possibly those with single parents in a low-income situation, children who have behavioral problems or trouble at school. Number two, they form relationships with children who have low self-esteem and often give them gifts or promises of easy, high life opportunities, promise the sun and the moon. Unrealistic, but an easy sell to kids who don't have much. 3. They try to separate these kids from their parents and caregivers, get them off alone, claiming to be a safe harbor, a safe watchman, even a rescuer. Number 4, they make themselves available to the child at odd and unusual hours and days. 5, they do not have strong, deep, or fulfilled relationships with healthy adults, with adults who have a strong sense of self, with adults who are confident and high functioning. If they have relationships with adults, it is usually adults who are also needy and broken, needing to be fixed, or at least don't have the self-esteem to challenge them in any significant growing way. Number 6, they will not notice inappropriate adult behavior, or they'll make excuses for it, make a joke and laugh it off, or deny its very existence. So, I'll give you a prime example of that here at my apartment complex very recently. A leasing agent who works in the front office named Bree sexually solicited and harassed me online with her lesbian porn site on YouTube. When I complained to the management, Rafael Campos, he made excuses for Bree and basically told me that this was normal and no big deal and I shouldn't be so fussy. Number 1. It's unwanted sexual contact. Number 2, it was made from someone who has more power than I do, someone who can affect my living situation. Number 3, she had to have done some stalking online to find my YouTube channel, which is nowhere near being visible. Number 4, it was about porn, explicit porn, creepy, violating, demeaning. And Rafael Campos thinks all this is normal and acceptable? This coming from a man whom the night before held a meeting with children in the clubhouse, low-income, vulnerable, needy children, to assist in setting up a new mentorship program here at the Fisher's Mill Apartments. As a retired child and family therapist specializing in child abuse and trauma since 1989, I am concerned about adults staying silent, adults not speaking up, not questioning patterns of behavior that are laden with risk for needy and vulnerable children. I'll give you a prime example of that. In recent months, I was reminded by a local newspaper article about a child therapist I once knew named Dean Albee, who many years ago molested children in his clinical office, his child clients who came for therapy. Right there in a busy clinic filled with mandated reporters all around. Well, he got away with it for a while. He ended up going to jail for it. But in that process, it came to light that he had molested children in at least one previous mental health clinic in which he had worked before as a child therapist. Same pattern, repeated itself exactly. It went unchecked and it was repeated. He had made an out-of-court settlement with that family and with that clinic, and that those professionals were put under gag order. Now, I met one of those professionals, his supervisor, many years later, who was waiting for a call from Dean's new employer on a reference check on his application. That call never came, and Dean was hired and molested more child clients, unchecked, because no one spoke up, no one made the reference check, no one called his previous employer, and when they knew the risks, they didn't speak up. They stayed silent. No one called to check his background. People made deals to keep silence. So, my advocacy here to you is to be observant, be alert and aware, and speak up, question and challenge when something is uncomfortable beyond reason. The patterns look iffy, doesn't feel right. Thank you so much for watching and listening to this, and all my best to you. Take good care, and I'm here for your advocacy needs as you need them. Let me know. Bye for now.